Hey Reflections! So obviously I have changed locations. I moved and I just feel so much better. I mean, as you can see, I'm on a hammock, on a deck, somewhere awesome. And I'm just so relaxed. As you can tell, I've been sick. Nothing life-threatening, obviously, but I have, for the past month, been getting the cold or flu again and again and again and again. This is the 4th time, and I figure that it was a lack of sunlight, because where I was staying was like underground and horrible and just dreary, and I just the energy, everything. I had to remove myself from the situation after shit hit the fan, and I just refused to react, but realize that even though you feel like you don't have power over the situation, you really do, you know, and that's something that I had to understand myself, and to just take action and just say no, I'm not living here anymore, you know, I'm not dealing with crazy roommates anymore. I don't care, we're gonna struggle, I'm not doing this. And that's what I had to do. So it was pretty scary, you know. We got rid of one roommate, and the thing is, like, with people, I'm an empath, so I understand everything, even, you know, even the people, like the people that hurt me, you know. But psychopathic behavior, I can't understand, you know, because there's always excuses for it, or acceptance of it in our society, and it's not normal, you know. It's just, it's not nice, and it has consequences, and I feel people don't think of the consequences of their actions when they are living in a group setting, and, you know, especially when they're living in a group setting. So basically, I'm gonna tell you what happened, only to explain why I've been wanting to keep to myself for so long, because it's difficult understanding the world, communicating with people, communicating, you know, to everyone, maneuvering through the matrix and staying sane. So I've been just meditating, really. That's my peace these days, just meditating on the hammock in nature, anywhere, you know, watering the roses, things like that, playing with the dog. So I've just been keeping to myself and healing, really deep healing, because I went through so much detachment and trauma within the past 2 months that it was necessary for me to just say no to my boyfriend and be like, I think I have to make some decisions, and I think we need to get out of here, because I don't think this is safe and I don't feel comfortable. So basically, a new roommate came in. This person, we were at a place where my boyfriend was playing pool. I was drinking a cider, relaxing. The dog was with us, because we want to take the dog everywhere. She's so cute. And our roommate, like, just so happens to bump into us. So to make a long story short, he basically was inappropriate and asked me to have sex with him, and I was like, no. I got really just weirded out, but that wasn't, you know, what pushed me over the edge, basically, because the next night or the night after, and again, I don't care if it's, you know, if you do drugs or drink or whatever, that's your choice. I don't care. But when it affects me and when I feel unsafe. So imagine you're me and you know you're downstairs and you don't really feel comfortable as it is with this person, and they come home and you hear them doing lines of blow and drinking a whole bunch, and then again, that didn't bother me. I don't care. But what did bother me was the conversation after where, and I get, you know, kids these days, or they're not even kids, they're like my age, you know, 30. They want to be edgy and they want to be badass, or I don't know if he was abused, I don't know if he was hurt, probably, because that's why people act that way. But he said that he wanted to like kill people for fun and beat people up, like 100 people he wanted to beat up, he said. And I'm like, that's very specific, number one. Number two, that's scary. So after hearing this talk, I immediately felt very afraid for my life after rejecting this guy and being home alone and hearing him talk about killing people for fun and all that stuff. So I mean, again, that's his thing, I don't care, but I just didn't feel safe, you know. And they were like, the other roommate, oh, it's, you know, we're just talking, you know, we're just, I guess they're being edgy, whatever, I don't care. But I mean, yeah, so yeah, psychopathic behavior. So I dipped like in a day, that was it, we left, and I decided to just make some decisions. And yeah, so it's been really interesting. I'm really happy, you know, with where I am now. We're living right now with my boyfriend's mother. She's awesome. She reminds me a lot of myself, which I love. And we're gonna be here for a while and save and just be in a better environment, you know. Like, I kind of wish we did this from the beginning, because, you know, she always asked, you know, if we need help or anything. And it's so awesome having like that support system, really, which is really, really important for everyone. You know, everybody needs a support system, and if they don't have a support system, then they're going to take part in some stuff that we saw, you know. And I think that was a lack of a support system for them. And what happens is you start making friends with people. You know, I see also within my life, you know, when I was not really caring for myself or loving for myself very much, but you almost feed into very negative behavior and you egg each other on. And that was the relationship that both of my old roommates had. And after 2 months of hell, I was out. I was like, I can't do it, you know. And there are no excuses, and I have the power to take myself out of the situation. And it was so awesome for me to really have everything. Just, again, it was so synchronistic, honestly, guys. It felt like everything happened for a reason. Like, everything happened for me to just, again, be in a new situation, learn something, teach something, heal, a lot of healing. Because last month was horrendous. I mean, absolutely just... I feel like with life, like, you need to set, or if you're highly sensitive, you know, you need to set certain boundaries. I mean, I guess not even that. In general, people need to set, especially myself, I've learned to set certain boundaries and just say no. And not take things, and to call people out, you know, when it affects me, not when it not affects me. I don't care, because it's none of my business, really. But when it affects me or the people that I love, then yeah, I'm going to speak up and say something. So yeah, that's what I've been dealing with. I'm so much more happier, as you can tell. I feel awesome, you know, I feel just relaxed, and I'm really happy and thankful that I get to have a new experience, and it's very peaceful. I'm very blessed, and that's why I realize I have to continue with these videos after after I got better. Even though I'm still a little sick, I feel much better. Because, you know, I can't do anything else, you know, I've been having a really hard time with this, and that's another reason why I don't really want to communicate or talk or anything, because understanding, like really understanding the concept of culture is not your friend is very different. You know, it creates a huge impact on your life when you really understand the words, you know, of Terence McKenna and why it is not our friend. You know, after, I mean, this is an update, you know, a year since I've done DMT, I quit my job. I got out of, you know, a relationship I didn't want to be in. I got rid of my apartment. You know, I made so many life-altering decisions to give up materialism and consumerism and everything, really. The whole idea of everything, this corporate global agenda that is to just make us work to afford to consume. You know, once you come to that major realization, you can no longer have ads on your videos. Yeah. You know, you're like, ah, oh, part of the problem. Oh man, damn, I'm not a marketable person, huh? Okay, cool. That's cool. You know, I'm not really in it for the money. I'm blessed. I'm thankful. You know, I have a roof over my head. I have a boyfriend that is awesome and takes care of everything. I have a family that supports the fact that I do this now, and that's amazing, you know. It's really awesome to have people that support you and say that you can, you know, they want you to do this. Like my boyfriend's mother and my boyfriend both want me to do this. Like, they're like, don't do anything else, you know, this is what you're here to do. And it's so awesome, you know. I'm very thankful. And also I wanted to thank everyone. I just get very emotional because, like, I'm an empath. I'm an emotional person. I try to contain it. But I just wanted to thank everyone for reaching out to me and sending me emails and direct messages all throughout social media platforms. I just want to thank you guys for just sending so much love and support and being there and caring. Like, I was like, I'm just gonna take like, I didn't even like, I didn't even think about it. I just thought I'm going to take, you know, a day off, and it turned into a month because I kept on getting sick over and over and over, and then I moved, and then I got sick again, and it was just, but, you know, I am eating better, and I am in the sunlight, and, you know, I've been taking care of myself, so hopefully now that I'm in a new environment, I can keep on producing stuff, because this is what I love to do, and, you know, it means so much to me, because, I mean, this is, once you realize, like, why you're here, just to love, you know, just to share, just to help, even being in this place at this time, understanding the life lessons that you're supposed to pass on to other people, understanding the life lessons that you are supposed to have yourself. You know, I recently had a few well, one endogenous DMT release while I was reading tarot. My tarot actually, and I haven't read my tarot for the past 3 months already because, you know, I really don't like to read it too often. And I read the tarot and it said that I will have to release certain energies and to basically see my own bullshit, you know, and that's really hard, you know. It's been really difficult with my family, especially because you know, when you're giving everything, when you're detaching from everything, when you're changing your views, when you're changing your ideas, everything about yourself, you are no longer the same person, and you have very different values, and especially with a person that's, you know, awakening, it feels like it happens in stages. So it happened around 2013, but I mean, it doesn't get easier, you know. It's been 4 years 3 or 4 years for me, and it just gets harder and harder and harder and harder because the person that you used to be had a lot of flaws, you know, and I just need to fix that. And emotionally, really, you know, I come to so many realizations about things. And yeah, so people think you're going crazy because they're like, oh, job? What job? Materialism? Forget that, you know, I don't care, let me just leave all of my possessions and like whatever. You know, it scares people and they think you're going crazy. So it's really important to have a really good support system, and that's why I'm very lucky to have the people that I have in my life, including my boyfriend and his mother, because they are so understanding and they're so spiritual. So for them, they know, like, they know. They've both done psychedelics before. They've done San Pedro together, and he's done ayahuasca, you know, everything, DMT. So it's great, and you know, that's a really important thing to have. And I encourage, you know, you guys as well. If I'm going through this, you're going through this as well, you know. Life has become really difficult, and it showed me my courage, and it showed me that I do have power, even though I felt powerless, because I did make a decision, and I have been making decisions, and it's guided me, and it felt so synchronistic, you know. That's why I'm just like... But yeah, that was like the update on DMT, you know, and a year after taking it, I still have hypnagogic hallucinations, and I'm going to talk about also contact and the geometries that I've been seeing. So recently I've been seeing square geometries, and I'm probably going to cut this video so I could put in what I see. And I don't really know what I see because I am not knowledgeable when it comes to mathematics or physics, so I don't know, but I did see some crop circles. Yeah, so the video shut off, so and the dog was barking, so I decided to like cut that out. But I was talking about the crop circles. The crop circles that I see are square-ish, or patterns, checkered patterns of squares, going through squares, different angles of squares, and I didn't know what I was seeing until I actually looked up crop circles, and it was exactly that. So I'm gonna insert some ones, you know, so you could see. But yeah, it's really interesting. I knew it was squares, but and I knew it was geometries, you know, I just didn't know what it was. And they happen so fast that it's just like, I have to like, it's so, like, I can't even take a mental shot of it. If they last longer than 10 seconds, I can, but if they're just like little flashes, it's really, really hard. Another thing I wanted to talk about, I have to go to my notes now, which I should have actually been doing before, but whatever, I'll just make another video. Let's see. Oh yeah, the endogenous DMT release when I was reading tarot. I keep on, this is why I have notes. So basically it told me that I had to deal with a lot of emotions that are bubbling up and heal a lot, really. And that's what I've been doing, just facing and surrendering to different fears, just different things I don't like about myself, about everything, really. It's just letting go and surrendering, and it felt like a very almost like unlocking something within me, and that was just a really intense experience that happened. And I've never actually had an experience like that of reading tarot, but it was really cool. And it just you know, and especially, you know, using marijuana as a psychedelic, my boyfriend and I sometimes, you know, we don't really see eye to eye, and then, you know, if we use that as a psychedelic and then, you know, have a conversation about what was bothering us, you know, that really does it allows us to reflect and come to certain realizations, and it brings us together and stronger. And yeah, it's just, I think if you know, if more people did that, there would be more compassion, more empathy, more understanding, working together, you know, collaborating, you know, being a group, you know, and not being separated. Even though we are individuals, we are a group or a hive, you know, and we should cooperate and love one another and respect each other. And yeah, you know, that's those are the lessons that, you know, I've been understanding. Another thing I wanted to talk about, and I know, I'm sorry I waited to the end to talk about this, but I had two different dreams, lucid dreams. The first lucid dream, and I have to look at my notes for this, that's why, yeah. Okay, so my first lucid dream was me, and it was this psychic telepathic class, and we were learning how to perform, like, we're doing these exercises on how to use telepathy and how to, like, read each other's minds and all that kind of stuff. And it was a group exercise. I had one other dream like this, lucid dream, where we were being taught things by ETs, and everything was psychic, and we were taking psychedelics to learn how to die and stay in that in-between state. So that's basically what we're doing. That was the first dream I had, and that was probably like 6 months ago. Well, I had another dream where, same thing, I mean, it was a different exercise. It was mostly mental and, like, thought. So everything was telepathic. Everything, like, as soon as you put your attention on it, they were teaching you how to, like, extract information, and basically reminding me that everything is telepathic, which is really interesting. And also, so I knew two people there. One of them was my shaman friend, that he was there in the dream as well, and he was part of this group experiment, this group psychic experiment or something like this. And another one seemed to be, like, Hispanic, another guy. I didn't know him in this life, but it seemed in, like, that astral realm or in that dream. or that exercise, I knew him very well, and we were all friends, and we were all part of this, you know, class or experiment or mission or whatever you want to call it. It was just weird because it felt like it was a course or something. And then we were climbing to the stars on ladders, which sounds really silly, and that's when we were trying to contact people, star people, basically. And Adina, be quiet, please. She talks a lot, works a lot. And then I had a second dream. The second dream, actually, it was only a few days ago, and also I saw squares only a few days ago, and it was like the hypnagogic hallucination. I was like traveling through different squares, and they're like checkered, orange, because I see things in orange, and then black, or like green and black, or whatever. And then like well, I should first finish the other dream, forget about the hypnagogic hallucinations, and tell you about that after. There's a lot of stuff that I've been seeing at night, so it's a lot to keep track of. But yeah, the dream was me, and it was like an automated like computer thing, and it was like we were going down the line, and it was like almost like, you know, when you work somewhere and you have like a security pass? Well, it was the same exact thing, except it was a computer, and I was going through, and they were checking everybody. They were checking which star system they're from, or like which planet they're from, and they were assigned a number, or they gave you a number. And when I stepped up to the computer, it said Arcturus 744. Yeah, so that's really interesting, because then I googled what the Arcturians looked like, and yeah, I had a dream of, remember that dream, I don't know when, it was 5-6 months ago, I don't really know when, but I talk about seeing a green-blue head of an ET, and it was like almost like this, we were observing each other, you know. So if you, I'm going to link down the video that I saw, that I'm talking about, where I have the contact. It was the same thing. But yeah, so apparently I believe that the Arcturians are contacting me, or that's where I'm from, or that's one of the beings that I probably work with, or something like that. But for a long time I didn't do any research on it, only because, to be honest with you, and I'm not gonna lie, because this is just how I felt, and I'm not really ashamed of it, because it is what it is, but I thought it was bullshit. And I thought it was bullshit because it didn't happen to me. And, you know, once I started having dreams, then I got more interested, and then I accepted it, and I wasn't afraid anymore. And then I openly asked, I said, you know, this week, I said, please give me a sign, give me a dream or a lucid dream, so I know who I'm communicating with, I know where I'm from, you know. And yeah, so they finally reached out to me, and Arcturus 744, which is really funny, because I've been looking up to see if other like star seeds like have numbers assigned to them or anything. I've never heard of anything like this. But I did the numerology, and the funny thing is the numerology for 744 is 6, which is a number that is very important to me, because I'm a 33, and 33 equals 6, which I'm a 33-6, and that's my life path number, which is really funny. So yeah, the numerology really freaked me out. Now I'm going to talk about the hypnagogic hallucinations that I had this week. So the squares I already talked about, and also if you guys have any information, please let me know. I know absolutely nothing about this stuff. I think I should be researching this more, and to be honest with you, the reason why I didn't research it before is I was like, this isn't real. But then I started having dreams, and they started like communicating properly, and finally, and also I saw a starship, which it was a hypnagogic hallucination like flash, and it looked like, I don't know, it was steel, and it was like triangle, and it had like ridges, like these little, I don't even know how to describe it, but I saw it in my third eye. And once I saw that also about a week and a half ago. A lot of things happened this week and last week, visions that I saw, and very different ones as well, because now my hypnagogic hallucinations, or third eye, whatever you want to call it, it's becoming more vivid. So it's not just like little 8-bit orange and green and purple. They're shifting and they're changing, and they become like that full-on vision of the starship that I saw, or craft, some type of craft. I don't even know what it was, but it was like that, and you could clearly see that it was a craft. Let's see, what else did I see? Oh, they were different geometries, and I saw one side where the geometry was one way, and then it reversed, it like basically inverted, and it went like full-on color spectrum, like crazy, like, you know, there's psychedelic colors where they're like, you can't even imagine them here because they're so vibrant and crazy. Yeah, so it was like one black and white, or like, not black and white, but you know, when you close your eyes and you have the hypnagogic hallucinations, they're like orange and black, you know, because you see things in like orange swirls or green swirls or purplish blue swirls. Well, yeah, it was like that, and it created this like long geometry. It almost looked Mayan or something like that. Or like those scrolls, and then it inverted, it flipped, and it was like crazy color, and I was like, wow, that's so cool. So yeah, that's great. Let me see if I have any more stuff on my notes. I mean, I have so many notes here, but I'm not going into what I really wanted to go through. I just wanted to give you guys an update, and I guess I'll save that for Monday. But yeah, it's awesome. I'm really happy. I'm really excited. You know, sometimes you're a little afraid that, you know, you're not gonna have visions anymore, you're not going to lucid dream. I always am so fearful of this, which is stupid. It's so stupid. I'm always connected, you know, we're always connected, and it's just when we ask. And I've been putting a lot of time in my meditation, which is awesome. It's the full moon today, so I'm going to go just like stay out all day. I've been in nature like all morning, all afternoon, doing this video outside as well, just chilling and relaxing. And yeah, today I'm going to see the full moon, and just have a lot of fun, because I think I haven't been having fun, you know. It's been really stressful. I've been really depressed, kind of, because of certain thought streams and realizations that you come to when you detach from the materialist, consumerist viewpoint. And it's really going to be an alchemical change within... Shh! Adina! Be quiet! Adina! Stop. on us individually, you know, collectively, for any change to actually occur. And that's why it's so important to understand humans and ourselves and reflect. Another thing I wanted to tell you, the mirror has been so intense recently. Everything really does seem like a mirror of myself, or a reflection of myself, when it comes to every single social interaction recently. So that's really intense, and it's been really funny and weird to witness and observe. And that's just amazing. You know, I see the mirror everywhere. It's become really weird and synchronistic and creepy and mirrored and and you know, that's why I've also just been taking a chill pill, because it's a lot. It's really a lot to take in, especially when you're having these thought streams where like we're screwing up, guys. You know, this is not the way. And coming to certain truths, like real truths, not on society, not on anything else but yourself. You know, that's the hardest pill to swallow, yourself. You've been lying to yourself this whole entire time. Who are you? You know, at the core, who are you? And even if I have a negative, nasty thought, it bothers me. Like, it really bothers me, and I've never experienced that before. So I can't act in a nasty way. Like, I can't be like, I just want to cry instead of scream, you know? Like, that rage that I had before is slowly just turning into hopelessness at one point, because what could you do but change your own perspective and be compassionate? You can't even say be good, be compassionate, you know that there are action, you know, certain actions and consequences, and that's really it. You know, everything's become super transparent. I can read people just by their words, what they talk about, what they say, even their energy. I could feel it. That's another thing that's been happening. These are just all updates. I can feel everybody in the room and what they're thinking, you know, that their energy. Like I said, people are so transparent. Everything's becoming very telepathic. In a group setting, not just for me, but for everyone. Like, they could feel when I'm off. You know, I could feel when they're off, which is really interesting. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that, because, you know, but yeah, I'm finally just relaxed, and I'm really excited to see what I learn in my dreams. You know, that's always been my thing. You know, when I feel really sad, when I feel like I have no control, when I feel like crying because, you know, everybody's so different and they don't see what we're doing to ourselves, we don't see what we're doing to the environment, you know, it hurts. We don't see the programming, you know, you're so different, you don't know what to do, you know, nobody's opening their eyes, nobody's, you know, going into action, and I feel that there's some type of, you know, extreme, like, that's what happened, really, really extreme, crazy, dramatic things happened to push me into a completely new direction. And that's what I realized. The world is going to need some extreme, dramatic, you know, things to happen for us to finally recognize our power as a collective and say, no, we will not be a part of this. We are a part of this. We are all taking part of this by, you know, our actions, and we can collectively change it. You know, like, something's gonna have to give. And when you're thinking about things like this, you know, and you're getting downloads like this, it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. It doesn't get easier. For me, it hasn't been easier, but I mean, it comes in waves. It comes in waves, and hopefully, I don't know if this is the last of it. I'm pretty sure it's not. It's a process. It's a process, and the person I was a year ago is unrecognizable. The person I was 4 years ago, I don't even know. I don't even know. It seemed like a different person, you know? And sometimes I fall back into that princess programming, I call it. that poor me, weak me, or entitlement, or, you know, just, you know, and I struggle with that, you know, occasionally. I said when I see the Arab, and then it just like completely went off, so I'm gonna let that be the last of it, and I might talk about that. Again, I keep on saying I'm going to, and I will. Anyway, reflections, I hope you're having an awesome, awesome, awesome day. Hey reflections, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and check out my other videos.